How's it going, guys? It's Rust Belt Collector here, taking a look at yet another Order 66 2-pack. This time we're looking at part 2 of the Series 2. This one is Anakin Skywalker with a plain ARC Trooper. If you watched just the last video regarding the series, where we covered the Obi-Wan and ARC Trooper pack, you'll know my gripe with this whole these guys weren't in Order 66 thing because ARC Troopers weren't participating, and this is clearly a Clone Wars Anakin Skywalker, not a Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker. So, small gripe there, but, you know, I won't repeat that too many times in this series, hopefully. The packaging, of course, is the same, just saying their name here, Series 2 there, what number it is there, and then only at Target, you know, the deal. And over here we have the beautiful artwork, nice rendering of Anakin Skywalker and a decent rendering of an ARC Trooper with some interesting Photoshop going on that does a decent job of, you know, showing off that figure. So there is that, and now let's break it open and check out the figures. And just like that, they're out of the pack and standing before you. Looking at Anakin first, this is actually quite an interesting one, and one that I guess I'm okay with only because the figure, the end result figure, is really quite a cool one. This is actually a repaint, kind of the 30th anniversary Tartakovsky Anakin, where he had all the blue squiggly lines on his chest. And it was from the 2003/2005-7 Clone Wars, where he went down into like a cave to save some people from a village, and a bunch of things happened to him, all kinds of crazy stuff. You can find it on YouTube, and they made a figure of it, but this is the same figure, but now with these added soft goods covering him over. So if you went to the trouble of removing all these soft goods, which I will not be doing, he would actually have a fully sculpted torso, you know, like a shirtless torso. And, you know, he's got the robotic arm here, which actually pops off because it would have been replaceable with a robotic arm that was destroyed, also from the plot line of the series. And, you know, you see he's got like a fully sculpted arm and everything. So it's quite interesting. This is definitely an interesting repaint and an interesting choice in base figure, but I'm not going to complain because these soft goods are amazing, honestly. Like, you've got the under tunic, and then it's got this like faux leather over tunic, which gives it that really accurate look to it. And it's a pretty awesome action figure of Anakin. So this might be, in my opinion, like one of the definitive Anakin Skywalker 3 3/4 inch action figures. That's just my opinion, but this is probably the best one that I've ever seen in person, at least. And he's got decent articulation, you know, he doesn't have anything at the ankle, but he has a hinge and a swivel at the knee. He has a swivel at the hip. He's got a torso bend. He's got good outwards and, you know, all kinds of extensions here on the shoulder as well as at the elbow. And yeah, you really can't complain with this one, even though, again, I will make my little gripe that he never saw Order 66 with ARC Troopers. He should have been packed with a 501st Trooper, blah, 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 blah. You get the picture. So setting him aside, we take a look at the ARC Trooper now, and this one, again, is just a recoloring of the Alpha 17 ARC Trooper, this time in a slightly closer blue color to the original figure, with almost a purplish hue. It's quite interesting, actually, because this is almost violet on the helmet, and it's definitely like a purplish in the comma here, but an interesting color choice to be sure, and it makes him stand out very uniquely against other ARC Troopers that you might have in your collection. Now, as I said, this is just a recoloring of Alpha 17, so the articulation stays the same. He has the same removable helmet with the Tamora Morrison head underneath. And the only thing that they really changed was they gave him this comma, which originally came with the blue ARC Troopers in the Hunt for Grievous battle pack. Those notorious ARC Troopers that have almost no articulation and are really weirdly sculpted. So if you got a couple of these guys, you had the opportunity to pick up, you know, maybe 4 or 5 of this particular trooper, you would actually be able to make the Hunt for Grievous battle pack again with better articulated figures and be able to recreate that scene from the Clone Wars animated series back in like the early 2000s. That's just a suggestion because, you know, I love that scene, I love those characters in that show, and that was like my first introduction to Clone Troopers, and that's what got me obsessed with them, you know, from then on. But I was always disappointed with that battle pack because the ARC Troopers were so grossly badly represented. I mean, they were just really bad action figures in my opinion. So this would be like the ultimate version of that, even though he may not really be intended to be a representation of that figure. He stands in as one very well. On this version, unlike the last one, they actually did paint these straps on his legs here. They painted them the same like bluish purple that they did on his arms. And then interestingly, he also has these gray markings on his boots, which are really cool actually. I don't know if I've ever seen that on other ARC Troopers, but it's a nice effect, and yeah, I dig it. So there's that guy. He's really a nice ARC Trooper. Definitely a good representation of the character, although not an Order 66 Clone Trooper. I will let that slide for the fact that he fits in with the Molinus 10, and I absolutely love that. So there you go. This is a pretty good one. Definitely a solid pair of figures, and I think this is probably the first set that I've seen out of all the previous Order 66 2-packs that I've done where I love both the Clone Trooper and the Jedi equally much, because that's a fantastic Anakin. That's a really good Clone Trooper. So I would almost say this is the best one yet, but I don't know. I guess I'll say that this is the best one where I love both characters. I think there's better Clone Troopers that I've found, but there's never been a better Jedi, so depending on how you qualify it, this has been the best pack yet. But that does wrap up my review of this pack. If you like this video, leave a like. We're trying to get all these videos to 66 likes just because they are Order 66 packs. I don't know, I just came up with it and thought it would be funny. Maybe it's not. But if you want to keep up to date with the rest of this series and, you know, all the rest of the videos that I'll be producing, hit that subscribe button because I will be releasing more videos soon. And leave a comment down below. What do you guys think of this pack? Do you think it's the best one yet? Or, you know, which pack so far has been your favorite? There is a link down in the description to my social media where you can check out my toy photography as well as just stay up to date with the channel and all those sorts of things. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.